Good day, ma'am. My name is Jamarambong Jimenez from BPED 1A. So, one of the country where graduates of my program are for field of specialization are in demand is in Illinois, in which 2,044 total physical education teacher job hiring with an average annual salary of $57,492. Several cultural modes of communication are specific to each area and culture. It can be symbolic of actions, body language, or etc. The culture of a person is not just what they eat or wear, but also how they communicate. The various cultural modes of communication that a newly hired employee in the country should remember are interpretative communication, interpersonal communication, presentational communication, linguistical or alphabet communication, gestural communication, spatial communication, multimodal communication, oral communication, and visual communication. This should be remembered for a newly hired teacher for the fact that a lot of people see teacher as a source of everything. They should have that in mind. General communication strategies of Illinois. First, it is critical to clearly communicate your expectations. Provide a policy and expected student participation and a description of your grading criteria. Always include a grade for participation and minimum number of weekly student contributions to the discussion. At first, student may submit short, superficial responses, but at last they will start talking in time. A second one, provide a quickly agenda of what we will be covered, assignments for the week, and due dates. This is very important to help students stay on track and be aware of what to expect of them. Third, put the discussion questions and assignments together in a way that will help students focus on the course material as they process the assignments and share ideas. Make the tone of your online lectures and other communication conversational. Avoid the lofty academic tone found in academic writing, but at the same time, avoid colloquialism and overuse of acronyms and abbreviations. Be precise on your use of language. Write incomplete, well-structured sentences. Oh, and remember a touch of humor and a personal comment every now and then. This reminds your students that their virtual professor is a real person. Fifth, communications in the online classroom should not be more than 1 to 2 screens long. This serves two purposes. First, it encourages students to contribute without placing too much of a burden on them to write lengthy responses. Second, readers begin to lose interest and focus if a message is more than 2 screens in length. Sixth, be sensitive to different communication styles and varied cultural backgrounds. For example, students may have different languages, skills, and humor is culturally specific activities. And avoid long lectures. Intersperse content presentations with discussions and student-centered exercises. 8. Make the activities interesting and relevant to your students. Give students a reason to become actively involved in the discussion topic by appealing to their life experiences, interests, and ambitions. Sometimes it may be appropriate to let your students choose their own topics for research papers and essays, provided they are within academic framework and objectives of the course. Major assignments and due dates to give participants ample time to read and comment on their classmates' postings before the next course module begins. 10. Be aware that participants will have different learning styles. Some will learn more easily in groups, while others will excel when working independently. Provide a variety of activity types allowing for differences in learning styles. 11. Summarize some substantive material previously covered. Ask for questions about the material and the post public answer so students can benefit from the answer. 12. Require a hand in assignments, either a group project or individual paper. This requirement ensures that students integrate, synthesize, and apply the information discussed in the virtual classroom. 13. Nip deviant and unacceptable behavior in the bud via private email. 14. Provide plenty for timely, constructive, and quality feedback. When the instructor participates in the discussion providing critiques, encouragement, and feedback, students cannot help but become more involved. For example, thank students publicly for comments submitted to the virtual classroom, showing insight or depth. This will serve to model the types of responses and critical thinking skills from the participants, as well as give positive reinforcement to the students who contributed the message. Where appropriate, add to students' answer, engaging them in more dialogue. Those strategies I have mentioned are applicable by online discussion for teachers in Illinois since we are from a COVID-19 pandemic and not everyone are being able to adapt or go back to face-to-face class, but there are some of strategies I have mentioned earlier can be adapted to face-to-face classes.